Hey everyone, this is Night Flame, and today I'm going to be giving you another episode of DC Solicitations. Honestly, this has been so fun to make. Like, I like coming in and just looking at the solicitations, and I actually haven't seen the solicitations at all. So, it's my first time looking at them. I'm excited. I like looking at it live and, getting my honest reaction as to how I'm seeing things. But yeah, it was fun to make this video last time. I'm just looking at my little screen to make sure that it doesn't freeze because that was happening a lot, specifically with the DC one. But I feel like I changed the settings to make sure it doesn't happen again. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we're good. So, a lot of things got solicited, so there's a lot to talk about, which I'm excited because very like new number ones. We got an event. Yeah, a lot of things to talk through. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. But before we start, let me know what you guys are excited about in the comments. Let me know if you've been watching the World Cup. As you can see, I'm repping my team, Manchester City. Obviously, it's not a World Cup team, but England played yesterday, and a lot of the players that play here play in England. So I was being supportive of England, but I've been kind of switching nationalities here and there. Obviously, my main teams are the U.S. because I live in the U.S., but I also am supporting the Latin America teams and like Spain just because I'm Spanish and I'm Latino, but gotta rep for my countries and my people, I guess. So enough of that. Let's get back into comics. So we are going to start off with Teen Titans number one. Let me put on my glasses because last time I was giving someone who can't read. So Teen Titans number one, it's written by Kyle Higgins with art by Daniel D. Nicolo. It says when one of their own vanishes after attending a rally for Ascend, a fast-growing youth movement training kids to survive in a world shaped by superhuman conflict, Fairplay, Cheshire Cat, Proxy, and Wildcard will do whatever it takes to find their friend, including teaming up with the Red Hood. Jason thinks they're soft and reckless. They don't understand how he can still kill people. Now they have to work together, whether they like it or not. So, interesting. This has been announced already, and we actually got like a variant cover for it that was shown. I don't know if that's part of it, or it might have been like a store exclusive variant cover by the artist. I think his name is like Gleb Merkinov or something. He shared a cover that he did for this series, but it's not in the solicitation, so I'm guessing it might be a store exclusive. But regardless, I'm excited. It sounds like a fun book. Obviously, I like Red Hood, so any mention of Red Hood, any appearance, I'm gonna pick up. Specifically, something that doesn't deal with him hating Batman. I feel like that plotline is so overplayed, so I'm excited for this. I'm definitely gonna get this. This is the main cover if you guys haven't seen it yet. This is Fair Play, that's Cheshire Cat, and I believe these are two new characters. So it's a new generation of Teen Titans, which is exciting. A lot of the Teen Titans are now considered Titans, so this is completely like actual teenagers, which I think it's fun because the actual Titans is dealing with like young adults. So I like the concept of this. I think this is definitely needed. I hope people support this because it sounds like a fun book, if we're being honest. Yeah, I'm hopeful. Kyle Higgins, he knows what to do, specifically with superhero books. So I think it's in good hands. And this cover is nice. This cover is so nice. Oh my gosh. Dan Mora, you do not miss. Like, you genuinely do not miss. And I'm guessing this is the foil version of it, which is fine. I mean, you can't see it in the computer, but I'm not a huge fan of foil. I like spot foil better than foil just because it looks a little bit cleaner. I think um, foil covers don't capture well in camera. This is that next level variant that they call it by Hayden Sherman. And then this is the 125 ratio variant by Sanford Green. So yeah, we're definitely getting that Dan Mora one. There's gonna be a Jim Chung variant. How do I do this? Oh, is that it? Yeah. Oh, not the Hayden Sherman one. On the Dan Mora one. There's a Jim Chung one, and Jim Chung, he's a good artist. He did that Batman and Wonder Woman book, that one shot that we just got recently. Another number one, Legion of Superheroes number one. This is written by Joshua Williamson with art and cover by Hayden Sherman, who does Absolute Wonder Woman. So excited for Hayden Sherman to be doing two books at once, and he confirmed that himself. He said he will be drawing this and Absolute Wonder Woman. So don't be sad. He's not leaving the book. He's just playing double duty. And then the solicitation for this reads, can the mysterious Brainiac 1 of 5 solve Brandy's murder? To restore hope to the universe, he must assemble a legion of gifted young rebels from across the cosmos, but they are scattered across the universe. Witness the dawn of a new future in DC Comics. architect Joshua Williamson and Eisner winning superstar Hayden Sherman's Legion of Superheroes. You will never look to tomorrow the same way again. Okay, I completely butchered that. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's all these like I don't know. I think it's like the exclamation marks and everything. But regardless, the Legion of Superheroes are coming back. This looks good. This is the Hayden Sherman cover. I like Hayden Sherman's art, but I'm not a huge fan of this cover, if we're being honest. Let me see what the variants are giving. This is interesting because they said he's from Back to the Future. It's one of those like cameo variants that Dan Mora does because he recently had one with Lobo and Jason Momoa. So I think this is like a celebrity cameo variant. But yeah, looks good. I mean, you can never complain about Dan Mora. Another Hayden Sherman variant. This is Mark Spears. And then I believe this is Yasmin Putri. Yeah. And then this is Ken V. Marion. And then that's another Hayden Sherman. Why is that? Okay, there it is. I'm sorry, y'all. For some reason, it highlighted stuff. Okay. Um. Oh, I might get the Michael J. Fox cameo variant, or I might get this one. There's a Jim Lee variant, which I might have to wait to see how that looks like, because I feel like that would be good. But I actually really like this one as well. Um, for now, I think we're gonna put the Dan Mora one, but this could change. Okay. Moving on to another number one, and that's the Doom Patrol issue number one. It says the Doom Patrol is broke, adopting a heroes for hire business model to stave off financial and emotional ruin. The team finds itself responding to a simple case, a missing cat. But when this case proves to be far more simple, the world's to be far from simple, the world's strangest heroes find themselves pulled into a truly out of this world situation. And elsewhere, beyond the view of Robot Man, Elastigirl, Negative Man, and perhaps even beyond the veil of our reality. A ghost of the team's past is preparing to cross into their world. The visionary team of Eisner Award-winning writer Darcy Van Polgeest and legendary artist Nico Henriksen usher the Doom Patrol into a new age for DC Next Level. So I'm actually not familiar with Darcy or Nico at all. So this is completely new writers, which is fun because it looks like DC has some sort of like hope for them. And I mean, they're Eisner winning, right? So they clearly are good. This is a cool cover. I don't know who does this. Oh, it's Nico Henriksen. So this is something like similar to his art style. So yeah, I like this. I dig this a lot. I feel like it's gonna be artistically beautiful. This is the Clayton Crane variant. I'm guessing it's foil. We got another one, and then this one is from Ian Beltram, and then I think this one is from Weather Deladera, the one who does Something Is Killing the Children. Oh, it's Ashley Wood. Never mind. Um, but that's the 125 ratio. I actually like this main cover a lot, so I'm gonna get this one. I'm excited for this. Doom Patrol is fun. Unfortunately, with Doom Patrol, it comes back every like 2 years, and then it disappears, and we're like back to where we started. So it sucks because we get new people added to the team all the time, and then they disappear when it relaunches. So hopefully this one sticks around. Y'all better support it. Doom Patrol is cool. Hopefully, Darcy and Nico can make this a memorable run. Okay, next is Lobo number 7. The road to the last death of Lobo starts here, so new story arc. The day you never thought will come again has come again. Beloved by many, recognized universally as the wrestler guy, Mr. Kiss, Pagliacci, or DC's most spacefaring antihero, the man of Maine is about to meet his match in his mortality. Do not miss a single chapter of this multi-part magnum opus and the revelation of the unstoppable force that will totally permanently kill Fraggin' Lobo of all people. Direct request for a special variants. Oh, this is like about special variants. Never mind. So it looks like Lobo is dying, which is interesting. I wonder what's happening or why they're actually doing this. But it seems like a joke with the way that they're saying the solicitation. So I don't think it's gonna stick around, but we'll see. The cover is missing, so Jorge Corona has not submitted the cover yet, but we can see some of the variants. This one's from Dave Johnson, which is cool. Yeah, not that bad. This one is from Raza, which looks good. A close up of the main man. And then this one is from Ramon Villalobos, which I actually really like a lot. I might get this one. So besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the regular cover. So I might get the Ramon Villalobos one. It's the one that personally I like. So cool. We'll see what happens with Lobo, but I've been enjoying that run. I think it's fun. If you like fun books, you'll definitely like it. It's not for people who don't like anything that's slapstick. It reminds me a lot of like Deadpool, not something similar to Harley Quinn, because I feel like Harley Quinn kind of does like low bearing fruit or low hanging fruit for the jokes. This one, it's a little bit more like smarter humor than Harley, but yeah, definitely a humor book. Next is Barbara Gordon Breakout, issue number 5. Another attack makes Barbara question everything she thought she knew about the murders inside Supermax, and a new political prisoner finds herself trapped in the center of the mystery. So, looks like we're having new people join the chess piece or the chess match, literally. Mariko Tamaki is the writer, and then the artist is Amankai Nawelpan. This is the cover by Carl Kerschel, which is dope. You can see Barbara here, and then that's Vandal Savage, and this is the person that's joining. We don't get to see who it is, but we'll see what's happening. I believe this is that Sparrow character that appeared last issue, where like she was drugging Barbara. So we'll see what happens here. This variant is this by Hayden Sherman? It is. This is so dope. You see, this is like a Hayden Sherman cover that I can really get behind. Okay, what is this? This is interesting. I don't know. I like it, I guess, but not as much as the Hayden Sherman one. I don't know who does this. And then this one is cool. I love whenever they reference Batgirl, and this one's done by Raphael Albuquerque. This is so good. Oh no, I might have to get two. Okay, I'm gonna get the Hayden Sherman for now, and then I'll pick up the Raphael Albuquerque at the comic store. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm a huge Barbara Gordon fan, so I love whenever we get to see her in her costume because before all of this, she was Oracle and she would rarely suit up. So I'm excited to see her don that suit anytime she wears it because we never get many appearances with her looking like that. Okay, next is the Fury of Firestorm. Firestorm has the city of Pittsburgh trapped and is going to start dismantling it atom by atom. Can Firehawk finally break through the Matrix control and reach Ronnie before it's too late? Written by Jeff Lemire, art by Rafael de la Torre. This is the main cover, done by Rafael de la Torre. It looks like Professor Stein is in the background, and that's Firestorm without anyone taking charge because Ronnie was the only one in the Matrix, and apparently you cannot be by yourself in the Matrix because Firestorm will take over. Like it always has to be a partner duo. We'll see what happens. I love this run. It's been so good. We get a couple of variants, but we can't really see the covers. It hasn't been submitted yet. They all sound good. I like Eric Canet's art, and I do like Juni Ba. I think I might just get the regular cover, though. We'll see, depending on how different these look. We continue with Zatanna, issue number 6. It says a great black dragon has risen from the malcontent of the hidden city citizens, bringing with it a storm of fire and ruin. Can Zatanna unite hearts and minds and vanquish the beast of calamity, or is the city of the Homo Magi doomed to a future of ash? This is written and drawn and covered by Jamal Campbell, who is doing everything, a master of all. Awesome cover. His art is beautiful. So like him being talented in art was enough. Like now him being a good writer too. You know what can't Jamal Campbell do? Okay, I believe this is Chuma Hill. Yeah, cool cover. I actually really like it. Chuma Hill's art style is a little different, and typically it's not for me, but this one's actually really nice. And this one is Talaski, David Talaski. I like it. It looks cool. And then this one is by DK Ruan. And then we have one more. Oh no, it's the same one. Okay. I'm gonna get the DK Ruan one. I feel like I like that one. Okay. Next, on Deathstroke the Terminator issue number 7. I'm kind of noticing that it's going by like DC Next Level books, and then we shall get the other books. So, this is Deathstroke the Terminator, written by Tony Fleeks, with art by Carmine Di Giadomenico. And then the cover, and then I guess there's another artist. It says Dave Watcher as the other artist. We'll see. It says after the shocking events of the last issue, Slate's ex, Adeline, has taken on a new role. Witness her climb through the ranks of the army to become the unstoppable killer she is today. Does the DCU stand a chance against? Does the DCU stand a chance once caught in her crosshairs? Ooh, So unfortunately, and if you have gotten to this point, I'm so sorry, but with solicitations, a lot of the time you're gonna get spoilers because this is showing you like ahead, right? Like we're looking at the comics that are coming in September. So if the cover doesn't spoil anything for us, sometimes the solicitations do, right? So this one pretty much tells you. And look, someone said, "Why did it spoil?" Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes it does this, and um, I don't think it's anything shocking. I mean, I don't even know her like that, if we're being quite honest. So it'll be nice to get to know her as a character. She briefly showed up in I think the previous last issue, so we'll see more about her. It looks like, and I'm excited. And yeah, I'm guessing this is Adelaide, and then that's Slade, and this looks like to be like a previous mission, like a long time ago, because he looks a little bit younger. This variant is done by Mitch Gerards, which looks dope. I have to get this one. Oh. And then Tony Fleeks does one as well, where he's drawing her, Adelaide. Okay, I think it'll be fun. Honestly, it's starting to become like a family affair because I know Ravager is showing up soon, and now that the mom is here, and then Deathstroke, we're just missing Jericho, so hopefully he shows up soon. But yeah, excited for this. I'm gonna get that Mitch Gerard's variant. I always thought it was Gerard's. Okay, next is the Deadman issue number 4. After last issue's truth-telling trek through the torturous terrain of Torment Town, Boston Brand must balance the scales and make his way to that other place. But this ain't the heaven you know, man. Prepare yourself for an Elysium like you've never seen, as the Deadman continues to unravel the mystery of the Soul Eaters, while the realm of the living bears the cost. Plus, a brief history of Mr. M. So this is written by W. Maxwell Prince and art by Martin Morazzo, the creative team of Ice Cream Man, if you guys didn't recognize them based on this cover alone. So it looks like that man, in the previous issue, he's going to travel to hell, and now in this issue, he's going to travel to heaven. So we'll see what happens, and it looks like heaven is not as we think it is, which should be an interesting story to tell here. Cool cover. I actually really like this one a lot. Uh, yeah, this is about souls, and it's an interesting perspective because we're seeing it from that man's perspective, and it does a lot of good in terms of like telling a story, but at the same time it's packed with dialogue because it's a mini series, so it's trying to condense a lot into these issues that are coming out. The previous issue felt long, and that's because everybody had so much dialogue, and if you hate dialogue, I don't think you're gonna like it. If I'm just being straight up with you, I don't think you will. But if you really want to get a good story, you definitely need to hop on board. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I like when we get personal and we meet the people, and I think W. Max Prince and Martin Morazzo do a good job with that, specifically in Ice Cream Man, where we get a person focused on one single issue, but we really feel like we know them by the end of it. So excited for them. This is another variant done by I don't even know who, but I like this cool. And then a Hayden Sherman variant, which I like. Is the Hayden Sherman variant 1 to 25? It's not. Okay. I like this variant too. I just got the Hayden Sherman one. Gotta show support to my goat. Okay, next is Absolute Cassandra Cain, The Shadow's Hand, issue number 1. This is a one shot that focuses on Cassandra Cain, and I'm guessing her backstory on the Absolute Universe. This is written by Absolute Catwoman writer Che Grayson, with art by Matias Vergara, and the cover is going to be done by Bengal, which don't have it yet. It says years ago the Joker trained with the League of Assassins, and when he learned all he could, he slaughtered everyone. Whoa. But out of the wreckage of what was left came Lady Shiva and her daughter Cassandra Cain. Learn the origin of Absolute Universe's most formidable assassin, and how her story is one that is intertwined with the world's greatest thief, Selena Kyle Catwoman. So yeah, this should be fun. Tells you a lot about the League of Assassins, right? So unfortunately, you find out what happened to them, but it should be really cool figuring out or getting that story of that event with the Joker. So this looks like the only cover that they released, and this one's done by Matias Vergara, so you can see um, what you might expect with the interior art. And the variants are TVDs, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, excited for this. I might just get the Matias Vergara variant because this is really nice. She looks different from the main universe for sure. Okay, we continue with the Absolute books. This is Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 25. is written by Kelly Thompson with art by the GOAT, Hayden Sherman. It says Diana has lost so much in the last month that she's not about to give up on the search for her friend. But with Gateway City descending into chaos as the gods put their fingers on the scale, she may have no other choice. Diana's return to the surface came with new weapons from hell, forged by Diana, Circe, and Hephaestus. Will they be enough to beat back even gods? So this is what was teased in Heroes Con with like her new arm, which I'm assuming might be a gift from Ares. We'll see. She looks dope. I mean, she always had aura, so this does not surprise me at all. And we get three variants. Oof, Carmine. Carmine, you always outdid yourself. This looks so good. Um, okay, Chris Burnham. I'm not gonna lie. Chris Burnham for me is a very acquired taste. Like I've seen some covers that I love. I'm not particularly fond of this one, and she looks like she's donning like Eris's suit, so she might come like with this on as well. Kind of giving you a hint. And then we have a Terry Dotson variant that's kind of been coming along with every single issue, so this doesn't change. But yeah, the Carmine one is just beautiful. I have to get that one. Okay, next is Absolute Superman, issue number 23. It says Superman's hunt for Brainiac brings him up against the Toyman, who may just be the most terrifying villain the Man of Steel has faced yet, and their confrontation will leave Superman shaken in ways he never thought possible. That's crazy. You know, the one good thing about, well, not the one good thing, there's many good things about the Absolute Universe, but what I've been specifically enjoying myself is the reinvention of a lot of these characters, because a lot of the characters are like making cool are characters that previously were seen as jokes, because maybe they were created in like the golden age and everything, so their power set is not anything impressive. Or maybe like the Toyman back then, he was going to be used as a joke, right? But now you're making him sound like a very threatening villain, and that gets me excited because we don't even get to see the cover and see how he looks like. um, but besides that, believe it or not, we got a Claymon variant, which is insane. If you're not familiar with Claymon, he's been doing a bunch of variants for Absolute Batman. It's exclusive to his store, which he sells for a pretty penny. If I'm being honest, it's a little bit expensive for my taste, but the covers are beautiful. I can never say no. They just look so nice, and I've been a fan of him for a while. Like even before Tom King's Batman run, where he would come in and do a lot of interior work. But yeah, this cover is beautiful. So it's a no-brainer. If I'm able to get it at like cover price, I'm gonna get it for sure. And then we get this Fabrizio de Tomaso variant, which looks dope as well. But this is like the main event for me. Okay, and then Juan Ferreira is gonna do the art, and Jason Aaron is the writer for Absolute Superman. Next is Absolute Flash, issue number 19, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Nick Robles. It says Wally West is plagued by two threats terrorizing Central City. This young speedster will need to learn how to be in two places at once if he's going to save his newfound city and family. Okay, it's going to be interesting, and we see him holding on into this villain. I'm not sure who this might be. Cool cover by Nick Robles. And then we get this variant here by Steve Scrooge, and it looks like he's evading bullets, which looks cool. Let's see who else does the variants. We have Dennis Cohen and then Seth Mon. Easy. Seth Mon is Claymon's brother, so he actually has a very similar art style to Claymon. I recently bought a cover from him for the Absolute Batman issue that's coming up. I think issue number 22 for the Harley Quinn origin. So excited that he's doing a variant. You guys definitely have to pick this up. He's another one that's like been hot in like the variant community because people want to get all the variants that they can from him. He's been running it. His brother Claymon has been running it, and Dan Quintana. I don't know if you guys have heard of Dan Quintana. He's been doing a really good job with variants as well. So yeah, definitely check this out. Whenever the art gets uploaded, I know it's gonna be fire. So I don't even have to look at it. I just know. Next is Absolute Green Lantern, issue number 18. It says after Joe's showdown with Sinestro and the Black Stars, she understands the harsh reality of this intergalactic war. She finds herself in the middle. Intergalactic war she finds herself in the middle of. But even with more knowledge of her powers and place in the universe, is she ready for the horrors that lurk in the unseen? Ooh, what is the unseen? I hope they're not lying. I genuinely hope we get Janoy Lindsay in this because he has been missing for such a long time. I was about to go out of my way to look for him because he has not been in the ongoing issues for maybe the past 5 issues. So hopefully we get to see his art again. It's beautiful. I think he does this cover. Yeah, he does this cover. As you can see, like he has a really good like line work that I thoroughly enjoy, and especially with a book like Absolute Green Lantern, I personally think the art has to be super important here. So I enjoy this. We'll see what this is about. And then Carmine Di Domenico doing this cover. This is beautiful. I cannot even lie. This is so nice, Joe. The facial expressions. Oh my gosh. And this is Murakami. Let me see who else does this. It's Miko Soyan and then Reiko Murakami. No brainer, Carmine for me. If you guys haven't gotten spoiled in this one's really cool. So the next one is Absolute Batman, issue number 24. It's written by Scott Snyder with art by Nick Dragotta. It says, in the battle of self, of Batman versus Batman, there can only be one. Everyone Bruce has ever known, ever cared about, or ever loved will face their ultimate inner demons. Ooh, this is gonna be crazy. I recently just read the issue that came out this past Wednesday. Chef's Kiss. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it once we do the reviews, which are coming up. Sorry that I missed the previous week's reviews, but I'm excited for this one. This is gonna be fun. This is the main cover, which is an homage to the main issue number 1 cover. And if you don't know who this is, and at this point, please, like, there's gonna be spoilers up ahead. I just don't want you guys to get caught off guard. So I'll give you a second. But this character is actually Barbara Gordon, and this is their version of, like, I guess, quote unquote Batgirl, but she's not called Batgirl. She's gonna be called the Bat. So as you can see, she's donning Jim Gordon's coat, which is her dad's, and then this is Alfred's shotgun apparently, which only fires like batarang. So this looks cool, and yeah, it just looks like what I would think an absolute version of Batgirl would look like. So I'm excited for this. And then the variant is done. This is the 125 by Felipe Andrade. But we also have a Claymon, we have a Carrie Andrews, and then we have a TBD. I typically tend to get all of them if I'm being honest. It's one of the books that I've been collecting, and even the exclusive store variants, like if I really, really like them, I'm going to get them, and you've seen some of them in the comic book hauls of previous weeks. But yeah, this book is fire. Like, I genuinely love it. One of my favorite books on stands. The numbers don't lie. 58K pulls so far. Next is Absolute Green Arrow, issue number 5. It says that the mercy of Hector Hammond, Black Canary and the Green Arrow Killer finally bear witness to the depraved horrors Hammond has been hiding. But when a horrible sacrifice evens the odds, will Dinah have traded one threat for an even more terrifying danger? Question mark. The writer is Pornsak Pichet Shot, and then the artist is Raphael Albuquerque. This is the cover that's done by Raphael Albuquerque. It looks like this is the mask of the Green Arrow, the one that he's been donning. We still don't know who's underneath the mask, and I believe this might be Dinah's hand. We'll see. This variant is interesting. I believe this might be their version of Solomon Grundy, which he looks crazy with all these eyeballs. That's insane. The Absolute universe is so like nightmare fueled. All these characters have crazy designs, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, it makes sense. I don't know who this is. I think this might be Mirka Andolfo, and then Martin Simmons, maybe, if I had to guess. Let me see. So it's Sebastian Fiumara, Mirka Andolfo, and Gerald Perel. So Gerald Perel does this one, and then Mirka Andolfo does this one, and then this one is Sebastian Fiumara. That's the Carl Corso one. I don't know, to be honest. I like this one. I don't mind that one, but at the same time, I also don't mind the main cover. I feel like the main cover is nice. Like, it does enough to tell me what's gonna happen. So these ones, I don't know if this is like a one shot, if it's like a 2-part book, or if this is gonna be like an ongoing. They have not released much information on this. It might also just run through like the Bad Seeds event, so don't be shocked if this doesn't continue. But there's gonna be 3 series that are launched during Bad Seeds, and I believe they're only gonna be running for 2 months. But More to come on that. This one is called Batman Bad Seeds Gotham General, issue number one. It's going to be written by Greg Rucka, and then the art and cover is done by Rosa Ekadal. And Rosa's art is this, which is beautiful. So, super, super excited for this. It looks like a hospital drama that's set in Gotham during this whole Bad Seeds event, so it should be fun. Greg Rucka has great voice when it comes to like doing emotional stories, so I'm excited for this. It says, "Welcome to General Gotham. Oh, welcome to General, Gotham City's Tier 1 Trauma Center. Power is out, fires are burning, transport is shot, and the calls just keep coming. There are more patients than beds, half presenting with respiratory complications, the other half suffering hallucin- hallucinogenic psychotic episodes. In every other emergency department in the DCU, this would be a catastrophe. For Dr. Ava Daster and the men and women working at the General, it's a Tuesday." So essentially, it looks like these people are gonna help out the civilians during this whole Bad Seeds event, and they're used to it because they live in Gotham. So should be exciting. I love this cover. This one's done by Dustin Nguyen, it says, and it's showing the Signal, which we haven't seen in a while. So hopefully he makes an appearance and we get to see Duke. This one is dope as well, and you see Batman in the cover or in the top. And that one's done by Javier Fernandez, and then we got the Mitch Gerards variant, which is nice. I like this one because it's showing like that these nurses and doctors are essentially like the Batman, right? Because they're saving lives. So I love that. Yeah, this is dope. I'm excited for this. I actually like the main cover as well, but there's a bunch of cool variants. I might end up getting the Mitch Gerards one, Gerards, or the Javier Fernandez one. I think maybe the Javier Fernandez. We'll see. Next is Bad Seeds Gotham Central. This is written by Christopher Cantwell, who I believe used to write The Flash, and it's gonna be drawn by Jacob Phillips. It says the killer's on the loose. Someone is stalking Arkham Tower's Dr. Zeller. The subways are out of control, and anarchists just pulled a big time heist. With Vandal Savage that burdened the GCPD's resources to a single minded war against the Bats and the Bat family, trying to stop Poison Ivy while evading the GCPD, there's almost no one left to do actual police work. Looks like Officers Gordon and Espinoza have their own work cut out for them. So, this series is going to focus on Commissioner Gordon and Police Officer Espinoza, and it looks like they're just going to be stopping crime that's happening during this whole event. So it doesn't seem like essential reading, but if you really want to get into this whole event and figure out like what's happening, it might be fun to get into this. So here's Gordon in the cover. This is the main cover, and I think that might be Anarchy. This is that spot foil variant by Dustin Nguyen, and I think these might connect because this one seems very similar to the one with the Signal, and you see Stephanie Brown here, and then I don't know who the artist is for that. Martin Simmons, and then Mike Perkins. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I like Dr. Seller. I think following her journey would be interesting as well. I'm gonna get the main cover. Should be a fun story. Now it's Batman issue number 13, a crucial chapter of the Batman Bad Seeds event. Somewhere in the headquarters of the Gotham City Police Department, Vandal Savage hides a chemical weapon designed to kill Poison Ivy. But if Ivy dies, there will be no ending the bad night of Bad Seeds for Gotham City or anywhere else. No power, no comms, a heavily armed private militia tasked with bringing him down on orders of the worst person in Gotham, all hauled up together with an impenetrable fortress. This sounds like a job for Batman. Okay. Should be fun. We don't get the cover, but Mateo Scalera is going to be doing the art. And then the writer, as you guys know, is Matt Fraction. This is a Dan Mora variant, which I might get. This is dope. And then this is the Dustin Nguyen one, which actually looks really, really cool as well. I love when he draws Ivy like this. This one is by Frank Miller. Wow. Gillen March does this variant, which is dope as well. His colors are beautiful. And then this one is done by um, Jose Ladron, which is a Hispanic Heritage Month variant, believe it or not. I forgot it's in September, but it is. So that's dope that DC's celebrating it. And we also get a Ryan Sook variant and a Dan Mora foil version of this. So I'm going to get the Dan Mora one for sure. Next is Detective Comics issue number 1113. It's tying into Bad Seeds. So it looks like it's going to be co-written by Dan Waters and Tom Taylor. The art is going to be done by Jeffrey Spokes, and the cover is Mikkel Janin. It says spores, vines, and lumbering floronic monsters have invaded the Dark Knight City. Now, as chaos runs rampant in the streets Batman has sworn to protect. Batman finds that Bandle Savage and his Tuco squad may. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let me reread that again. I don't know what it is. I promise you guys, I know how to read. Spores, vines, and lumbering floronic monsters have invaded the Dark Knight City. Now, as chaos runs rampant in the streets Batman has sworn to protect, Batman finds that Bandle Savage and his Tuco squads may prove even more deadly than the prehistoric flora that has taken the city for its own. Can Batman save Gotham from this lethal convergence of human evil and verdant violence before it's too late? Find out in this can't miss issue that continues directly where Batman 13 left off. So this one seems like essential reading. And there's a backup story, which I'm assuming Dan Waters is going to write. So that makes sense as to why he's being solicited here. And this is the cover by Mikkel Janin, and it shows Batman fighting Bandle Savage on top of this like blimp. So should be interesting. I love Jeffrey Spoke's art, so I'm excited he's coming on board. And we got a Dan Mora variant as well, which is dope. They're really making him work for this. And then this one is done by Dan Panosian. We also get variants by Jim Lee and Paolo Pentella. But the Dan Mora is enough for me to pull that one. So excited for that. And then we also get more Bat books tying into these. I don't think these are going to be essential reading. I feel like it's just trying to make sure that it feels cohesive and these characters are also feeling the impact of this event. So I don't think that these are like must reads, but correct me if I'm wrong. Let's just read the solicitations and make that decision to see if this is must read. It says Batwoman number 7. It was supposed to be a quick return trip before heading back to Greece, but with Batwoman now seen as a cold-blooded killer in the public eye, Commissioner Savage declaring open season on anyone who wears the bat, and the Poison Ivy's urban renewal initiative sprouting chaos in the street, it's going to be a long night. Especially when Batman reaches out with a mission to get comms back up between the heroes. Maybe she should have watered her plans before she left. So, in the current Batwoman story, she's in Greece and she's dealing with her things. It looks like she comes to visit in Gotham. And I know we mentioned earlier that like the comms end up falling because of the bad seeds and whatever Poison Ivy's doing. So it looks like her mission and her story arc is going to be solving that whole calms down situation. It's written by Greg Rucka. It's advertising Danny as the artist in this book, but I don't know if she will. I mean, she's doing the cover. I don't know if she'll do the interiors because she's been doing the interiors for like the entire series so far, and I think she might need to take a break. There's a couple of variants here. This is the Dan Panosian one, which matches the Batman one. I don't know if it's connecting, but cool. This one is by Javier Fernandez, which I actually like a lot. And then this one is done by Stefan Sijik. Yeah. Stepan Sijik, which looks cool. I'm probably going to get the Javier Fernandez one. I really like that one. What am I clicking? There you go. Batgirl also ties in to Bad Seeds. This is written by Tate Brombold with art by Takeshi Miyazawa. It says Batgirl was supposed to finally have one night off at Bao Bao's noodle shop. But when Gotham erupts into a nightmare of prehistoric plant life, suddenly she is the sole protector of an entire restaurant of Gotham's citizens. With a bounty on her head and a lethal jungle crawling with monsters outside, will Batgirl survive the night? Or will this night actually kill her? We'll see. We'll see. These David Talaski main covers have been beautiful, and it is no exception this time around. I really like this one. This cover is done by Gillen March, which looks dope. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm gonna be honest, it looks dope in the colors and everything, but the pose is a little crazy. I don't know what she's doing here. Like the face that she's making is interesting. I would think she would be in pain, but yeah. And then this one is this done by Dan Mora? No, done by Travis Mercer. Very Dan Mora-esque. I do like this one. but I do think that this is good as well because it still tells you enough about the plot and it doesn't feel like a crazy cover. So I'm gonna do this one. And I'm already reading this series, so it's easy for me to get into it. And just based on the solicitation alone, it doesn't sound like essential reading. So if you want to skip this, you can. It's just tying her into the story so she doesn't feel like she's out of the Bat family, you know? It feels cohesive as an event. Catwoman is also tying in, which is interesting because we haven't seen her cross paths with the Bat family in quite a while. So I hope she gets some interactions with them. It says Catwoman number 91, written by Torin Gronbeck with art by Danilo Beyruth. It says, with the city in disarray, Catwoman sets out to make the best of the situation and do the one thing absolutely no one else would dare: break into Bandle Savage's home. Okay, this one's an interesting plotline for her. I like this. It might not be essential reading, but I feel like it'll be an interesting story. This is the cover by Sebastian Fiumara. Um, is this Mahmoud Azrar? No, Charlie Adler, the Walking Dead artist. It's crazy. That's cool. Um, Chloe. This one's nice too. A damn Panosian variant. I feel like these definitely connect. Like it has to. There's no way that every single issue is gonna have a damn Panosian variant and not connect. And this one is Marcio Takara, which is beautiful. This actually looks really good. Okay. Um, interesting. I like the Marcio Takara, but I also really like this Charlie Adler one for some reason. We don't get to see him do much in like superhero comics, so this one feels nice. But the Marcio Takara, I feel like displaying this one will be dope. It just looks so clean and simple, but at the same time, it like really packs a punch. For now, I'm gonna put Marcio Takara, but I might change it to Charlie Adler. They both look good. Let me know in the comments which one you think looks better. Okay, Nightwing number 142. This one, believe it or not, also tying into Bad Seeds. Written by Dan Waters, art by David LaFamme, cover by Jorge Fornes. It says, when Gotham is struck by a terraforming disaster, the downwind city of Bloodhaven falls victim to unanticipated side effects. After a truck full of TNT is stolen from a Bloodhaven construction yard, Nightwing learns it's headed towards Gotham as a form of righteous vengeance for everything the city has done to Bloodhaven. And only he might be fast enough to stop it before it gets explosive. So it looks like there is a truck full of TNT that they want to just immediately toss into Gotham so it explodes and kills the plants, because Bloodhaven apparently is going through it. But Bloodhaven, let's be honest, have been going through it for like the last couple of issues. Um, as of now, Nightwing's story arc in that city is like horror stories, to be honest, and it's interesting. I like it. There's nothing wrong with that, but he's been going through it. Like they're really overworking him in Bloodhaven, which is funny. Um, this cover is done by Jorge Fornes. You can see the car, him chasing it. Love his little Camaro. It looks like, I don't know, muscle car. I don't know much about cars. Once again, Dan Panosian, which makes you think it's connecting. And apparently these are foil covers too. So if you like these, then get it. And then this one, Gerald Perel and Jerome Pena. I don't know, actually. I don't like this one that much, if we're being honest. And then the Jerome, I would have preferred a better one. I've seen him do better work. I might have to just get the regular cover for this. Okay. Another tie-in. This is Harley Quinn 66. It says, finally time for nice relaxing. What the heck? Just got my life back to normal. Now the whole city's getting torn apart by prehistoric plants, poisonous pollen. Dang it. I ran out of P words for alliteration. So, terrible trioids. I got a bad feeling my one true love, Poison Ivy, is behind all of this. I guess I gotta get my butt down to City Hall stat. So, solicitations are from the point of view of Harley, which is why it was like on first person point of view. It's written by Elliot Kalon with art by Carlos Olivares, and the cover is done by Bailey Roseland. She's like hanging onto a toilet for some reason. I don't know. This series specifically is just like, it's not even digestible to me, if I'm being honest. Like I've tried so many times, and I was actually thinking like, should I pick this up because it's tying into Bad Seeds? But I feel like it's gonna loosely tie into Bad Seeds, and based on the tone of the book, if she does end up meeting Poison Ivy, I don't know if their conversation is gonna have any substance. I feel like this book is all like jokes and stuff. It's not serious at all. David Nakayama variant here, which looks dope, and then this one's Derek Chu, and then this is um, Matias De Luis. Really? Wow. And then Terry Dotson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip on this one. It feels like it has no purpose on this, so like, yeah. You see, someone here is saying I don't want to read a freaking Harley Quinn book. I feel you, which is why I'm not going to. Poison Ivy number 48. With Gotham City firmly in Poison Ivy's grasp, the burdened villainous powers are an all-time high. Now that Batman's forces and Ivy's traitorous former allies are all ground down to a pulp beneath her, is there anyone left to stand in Ivy's way? Absolutely not. It's time to get in line or die. And the cover is dope because you see her in a throne and all the Bat family and all her friends on the ground. So that's crazy. And then the variants, Dan Mora. Dan Mora. This is dope. It looks like the Huntress is in her grasp. So we might get a Huntress appearance, which will be fun. We don't get to see her that often. Um, this is drawn by Hayden Sherman, which is dope. What? And it looks like it's an homage to Miller Jansen. That's insane. I do like this cover a lot. Is this Carbonillo? I think that's what they call him. Vincent Carbonillo, yeah. And then Nubovich. Okay. Um I'm thinking Dan Mora. Yeah, I'm thinking Dan Mora. Okay. So I know that took a while, like 45 minutes, and it was just bad books. But now we're looking into the Superman books because we went through the Absolute Universe, and I believe it's Superman, and that's pretty much it. There's not that much now that I'm scrolling through it. Yeah, we don't have that much, so I think we should be good. Let's finish this off strong. Um, okay, let's start off with Superman Kingdom of Zod special issue number 1, and this one is written by Dan Slott and Joshua Williamson and Mark Waid and Sophie Campbell. So it looks like all the writers of the Superman books are teaming up together to do this, and it looks like Sophie Campbell is going to be the artist, so that should be interesting. Um, it says this is it, the startling conclusion to Kingdom of Zod. The Kryptonite Kingdom has fallen. The only way to stop the war comes with great cost and shocks. Supergirl versus Ursa. Superman versus Zod. The super forces against Zod army. The super family will never be the same after this issue. So it looks like Ursa is fighting Supergirl, Zod, Superman, and then everybody else is fighting, it looks like kryptonite poisoning. I don't know. Should be an interesting book. I'm actually shocked that John is still donning this costume because in the Teen Titans book, he has his regular costume. So there's something wrong there. Um, it looks like Superboy Prime. Is that? No, this is Superboy Prime. We'll see what happens. I'm a little scared of this Scar because there's been some rumors that something happens to Superman, which I don't want to say. But we'll see. I'm a little scared. But that's the main cover by Dan Mora. So dope. This one is done by Karen Darbo, and it focuses on Zod. Kyung Young Eum, I believe is his name. Q Young Eum. I believe that might be Ursa. I don't know. It's not for me, to be honest. And then Nathan Surdy. Yeah, this is also not for me. Yeah, definitely the Dan Mora one. Should be interesting. I don't like when there's like one shots that end the event, but it seems like a common thing that's happening, so I can't complain about it. And the team that's behind this is pretty talented, so hopefully it's good. Superman Unlimited, issue number 17. Ever since Superman saved the world from Kryptonite's asteroid, he had a new power to absorb Kryptonite's deadly radiation. Will his new power be enough to stop Zod's plan? But what is the cost this time? Superboy Prime, Connor Kent, and Tomorrow Man must work together to hold off Zod's army so Superman can save the world. So I don't know if this is necessary to read the event. It doesn't really address anything. I feel like it might just be a filler issue. The cover is done by Lucas Meyer, and it looks like it's connecting with the other Superman books, so it might be necessary reading. I don't know. Is this Ken V. Marion? Yeah, Ken V. Marion. And then this is Riccardi. What do they call it? Vincenzo Riccardi. We'll see. I might just get the regular cover for this. It looks like it's still tying into the book, so yeah, 1 month more of Superman books to read through. It's interesting. It feels like it's an event across the entire DC universe because the Super books are doing this, and then the Batman books are doing Bad Seeds. Let me tell you something. If you guys are not like super casual readers like that, or like you don't want to get into the bad books and all of that, and the Superman books like this, definitely you don't have to pick up everything. Sometimes just reading the main books is enough. I don't know how like intensive this is gonna get, but I am curious to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I've been picking up Superman Unlimited and Superman, and even Action Comics. So realistically, I would only have to pick up one, and that's Supergirl, and that's something I just don't pick up on like a regular basis. But regardless, yeah, it seems like a lot of events are happening, so that's a little unfortunate. But this seems to be ending this month, and then obviously Bad Seeds will end in October. Um, for the Superman title, it says Superman number 42. Superman and Supergirl and Lois Lane gather all the members of Superforce for a Hail Mary play to restore order to the Kryptonite Kingdom. But Zod and Ursa stand in their way, but not the Zod you might expect. Ooh, so a different Zod maybe. Written by Josh Williamson, art by Eddie Barrows. This is the cover by Lucas Mayer, which looks interesting. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. This variant is done by Christian Ward. This one is done by Daniel Samper. I'm guessing this is the Hispanic Heritage Month one, and then the Mark Spears one. I like the Daniel Samper one. Yeah, let's just do that one. Supergirl number 17. After the shocking events of last month's crossover, Ursa and Supergirl are on a time traveling battle to Krypton's past. They have beef with each other, but they must be careful not to get lost in time, or accidentally rewrite time again. The rest of Superforce are either locked up in the Kryptonite Kingdom, injured, or fighting a losing battle to stop the spread of Zod's deadly K zone. So yeah, it seems like the whole super family is involved, which is fun. This is written by Sophie Campbell, and then the art is done by Joe Quinones. Uh, cool cover by Lucas Mayer. I'm still not sold. I don't like these like connecting covers. I'm not a fan, if we're being honest. This is done by Carl Kerschel, and then that's Ursa, as drawn by Mark Spears. It seems like Stephanie Hunt and Joe Quinones have a variant, but I think the Carl Kerschel one is nice, so I'm gonna get that one. Action Comics 1102. It says young Clark Kent is trapped in Krypton's past, forced to witness a world he never knew for the first time. His only hope of getting home is to break Supergirl out of Zod's prison, but the present day is not safe either. Can Steel find a cure for the spread of the K-Zone before all of Earth is covered in kryptonite? Written by Mark Waid, with art by Osvaldo Pestana Montepellier. The cover is done by Lucas Mayer. Mark Spears. He looks crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He looks crazy. He doesn't even look like a little boy. I'm sorry. Is this Carl Kerschel? No, Pete Woods. Pete Woods. This is nice. I'm tired of seeing Ursa. I'm so tired of seeing her. Okay. Uh, this one's easy. Pete Woods. Um, cool. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna be honest. I'm more excited for Bad Seeds over this whole Kryptonite thing. This Kryptonite thing is really coming from that Superman Unlimited issue number 1, where this whole Kryptonite issue kind of got established. So thankfully, we're kind of putting a lid on it because it was literally my least favorite plot line of that series. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's a good event. But I'm not too fond of Zod, so we'll see. Next is Wonder Woman issue number 37. It written by Tom King with art by Daniel Samper. Tom King is back after taking a 2-month break starting in July, I believe. It says Wonder Woman on 37. Steve Trevor and his daughter Trinity arrive in the present after a heartbreaking defeat at the hands of the matriarch 20 years into the future. Now they must find Wonder Woman and convince her of the threat a seemingly innocent child will pose in the years to come. Will the truth prevail? Don't miss this exciting first chapter of the Wonder War Act 2. So if you haven't been reading this book, Diana is currently in the future with her daughter trying to defeat this lady called the matriarch. It seems like they don't win that battle, and she has to come into the present, or like Trinity and Steve Trevor have to come into the present to convince Diana to like essentially get rid of her as a little girl, right? So we'll see what happens. Um, this cover is dope. The David Nakayama one is nice as well. I just don't like the shading. There's something off with the shading. I know they're trying to add like the storm effect and make it seem like they're under shadows, but I don't like it that much. No comment. I like the Makmura's Raw one, so we'll take that one. And then there's an annual because it's a long month. And this is the Wonder Woman 2026 annual Wonder War, the Matriarch, issue number 1, written by Leah Williams and co-written by Stephanie Williams. The artist is Belen Ortega, and the second artist is Eduardo Pansica. It says after the shocking events of Wonder Woman issue number 34, the matriarch must crawl her way through hell and back to the land of the living to stop Steve Trevor and Trinity from changing the past. The only thing that stands in her way is a river filled with the souls of heroes and villains alike that perish by her hand. Retribution is coming for the matriarch. Will she survive it, or is she doomed to faith? Okay, interesting. Um, I like this cover. It's dope. Oh, I want to see the other ones. What's going on? Okay. Gillian March's cover is dope too. I like this one too as well. I might just have to get the original one. Yeah, I think the original one is nice. Or the Gillian March one. Yeah, we'll see. I think it might change in the moment. But interesting, I mean, we're going to figure out what the matriarch is doing, and her possibly facing the people off that she, like, killed will be interesting. So, an interesting annual. Next is Justice League Unlimited issue number 23. When the Justice Leagues are forced to incarcerate their own, something has gone horribly wrong with the best of intentions. The Villain Amnesty epic concludes with a bang, a whimper, and a surprise reveal of who will lead the team into the future. It looks like that amnesty is ending quickly. We'll see, like, as Batman and Lex Luthor come to blows. This is written by Mark Waid with art and cover by Dan Mora, which looks dope already. There's some variants that we typically see, but they kind of highlight some of the members of the Justice League. This one's nice by Bruno Redondo. Um, Kathy Kwan does the Supergirl one. Jessica Luna does this one. The Hispanic Heritage Month. And then Nathan Zerdy. Yeah, I'm just going to get the regular cover. Next is JSA issue number 23. After the JSA disbanded in 1950s, the heroes retired in order to maintain their secret identities, but that doesn't mean there were still people in need. Witness a secret JSA mission set in the 1960s. Okay, should be interesting, but I'm not really reading the JSA like that. But yeah, if y'all are reading it, y'all have fun. Next is Green Lantern issue number 39. Between extraterrestrial plastic surgeon trolls and hideous murder monster Big Belly Burger mascots, has Kyle Rayner finally found love with JLU hero Jade? And will he have to give it all up to save Hal somewhere beyond the outer sectors? Talk about a city of broken dreams. So it's hinting at Kyle getting a love interest with a hero we already know. Cool David Aja cover here with John, and then Rose Byrne. I believe this is Hal, so it's interesting. And then that's obviously Carol. So I don't know why they're in this cover, but I don't know. I dropped this series. It's like too goofy for me, to be honest. I thought they were gonna make Kyle Rayner more like a serious character, but unfortunately, it's a lot of jokes and stuff that just doesn't hit for me. Green Lantern Corps issue number 20, written by Morgan Hampton with art by Fernando Pasarin. It says in the aftermath of multiple conflicts, the Lanterns take advantage of some much-needed downtime. John and Katma go to Earth, Joe Mullane picks up a fight with space bandits, and Jessica Cruz micromanages the remaining Lanterns on Oa as a mounting of superpower gains a foothold in the galaxy. So it honestly sounds like a filler issue, which is not bad. I mean, it's focusing on all the characters. Yeah, if you've been reading the series, you might enjoy it. I've actually dropped this one as well, so we'll move on. Next is The Flash, number 37. Wally West is now the savior of three cities, depending on how you count: Central, Keystone, and Metropolis. And for once, it's going great. In fact, it's going better than great because Wally's flashes of insights are now letting him see even further into the future so he can stop accidents and crimes well before they happen, including a simultaneous attack on three bridges in three cities. But there are some forces that really don't like what Wally's up to, and they intend to stop him whether Wally likes it or not. Ryan North with the writer's Ryan North. The art is by Gavin Gaudry, who does this cover as well. This variant is done by Ejikur, and then Juni Ba does this other one. I like the main cover. I like Gavin Gaudry's art a lot. Next is Emperor Aquaman. It says it's an epic clash of good versus evil in the ultimate battle of the Seven Seas in Tidal War Part 1, when Ocean Master, Black Manta, and the Crimson Queen and more forge an alliance to destroy their shared archenemy. They had no idea that the destruction of Aquaman would also signal the vacated throne of the new Empire of the Blue. But now a massive tidal wave offers the opening salvo to a conflict that will span all the kingdoms of the heavens themselves. Do not miss the start of this new Aquaman adventure. So, Aquaman is also going through something tough. There's this big tidal war that they're talking about, and this looks dope. You can see the villains here, and then Aquaman and Mira in the bottom. So, cool cover. This is Mark Spears focusing on Ocean Master, and then I don't know who this is. Federico Riccardi. Oh, I like the regular cover. But yeah, written by Jeremy Adams, art by John Timms. It's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I think this is honestly Jeremy Adams' best book in DC. It used to formerly be Green Lantern, in my opinion. But now that he switched over, I mean, he's still writing Green Lantern, but it switched over to Kyle. I just don't like Kyle's story as much as I like Hall's. Okay, next is New Titans, issue number 39, written by Tate Bromble with art by Sammy Basri. It says, when the Amazons of the Esquecida come calling for the Wonder Girl's aid, Yara Flor and her teammates set course for the forests of Brazil and the hidden city of Acaim, where they find a land ravaged by fires and raging spirits. But who is responsible? The Titans are here to help, but the Amazons aren't quite so eager to accept the help from the outsiders. Love this cover by Torian Clark. Ethan Young has been doing these variants, which are cool. And then this is done by Kevin Wada, which is nice as well. I don't mind it. I actually like this one as well. But I've really been enjoying these covers by Torian Clark. Okay, what is this? I guess this is another. Is this a one shot? It says DC's Quoth the Raven, whatever, number 1. Welcome, foolish mortals, not far from the shores of Gotham City, when the nights grow long and the leaves turn red, and a certain crisp chill comes into the air of a twilight lit by the full moon. The lives of heroes and the anti-heroes, from Raven to Swamp Thing, Constantine, Satana, Batman, and more, turn towards the strange and unusual, the occult and delightful, the odd and the audacious. For those looking to give themselves a good warm dose of the shivers, this anthology of scary stories to tell in the dark is the perfect assortment of fairy tales for the troubled times and troubled souls alike. So it's an anthology that focuses on the supernatural creatures of the DC universe, which is fun. I'm not a huge fan of anthologies like that, so it's going to be a skip for me. We continue with some of the miniseries, and I'm just going to quickly run through them because a lot of these are out of continuity. Yeah. So, Superman the Stranger. Apparently, this is a new, like, limited series under the DC Black label. It's actually like rated M for mature, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But it's apparently gonna be pretty mature. It's written and drawn by Wes Craig, who used to do Deadly Class. So this might be worth looking into, and you can see some of the covers here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it, but we'll see. And then Adventures of Superman Book of L is ending. As you all know, Philip Kennedy Johnson, he has gone exclusive to Marvel, so he's fully finishing the series, which makes sense. It was bound to happen. And this was supposed to end with issue number 12. So with that, he fulfills his contractual agreement. So we won't see Philip Kennedy Johnson for some years, unfortunately. But good luck to him in Marvel. His Infernal Hulk run has been really good. This is a one shot. It looks like for Weird Al teaming up with Batman and Superman. It's written by Al himself with Mark Waid, so should be fun if you're a fan of Weird Al. It's interesting because I feel like only comics talk about Weird Al. I've never seen him get mentioned anywhere else, but yeah, I'm guessing he was like popular in like the 90s or something. Bizarre Year None. I don't know if this comes out every 2 months. I remember reading issue number one like a couple months ago. So crazy that we're in issue number three, and it's been like almost a year. But yeah, if you've been reading this, I hope you're enjoying it. And then the last three to discuss, Batman and Superman World's Finest. I've been enjoying this one. It looks like Talia al Ghul is going to join the fray. Cool covers here by Adrian Gutierrez and Torrin Clark. Wow, this one looks nice. Okay, I like that. Why is there two different ones though? One of them is a foil and the other one's a regular one. Okay. I like this Dan Morrell one though, but it's a nice book. It's been fun. I think it is out of DC continuity because the Robin is Nightwing or like Dick Grayson. So yeah, should be fun. And then Clayface Celebrity Dirt issue number three. This I have not read issue number one yet. It hasn't come out, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna order it just in case. I believe they're releasing this because there's a movie that's supposed to come out for Clayface. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but yeah, be on the lookout for that. I like the Mike Del Mundo one. And then last but not least, Batman and Robin Year One Dynamic Duos. It's a continuation of Year One that Chris Samney and Mark Waid previously published. I think it was last year. So now this is essentially like the year two of it. Or was it year zero? I think the previous one was year zero, but now this is year one. It looks like Catwoman makes an appearance. And this is obviously taking place in the past. So if you missed those times for Batman, definitely pick this up. It's a great creative team of like people who've done Daredevil in the past. I forgot what else they've done, but they're definitely known for teaming up on Daredevil. So excited to see them team up again. And there's some really cool covers here, as you can see me scrolling through them. Okay. Well, that was it for the DC solicitations. Thank you guys for coming in and hearing me yap. I know that I spoke a lot, specifically in the beginning. Yeah, excited for some of these books to come out. I think there's a lot of like good DC next level books that have surprisingly like have like incredible creative teams that I was not expecting. I mean, the Kyle Higgins and Daniel DiNiccolo, we've been knowing about the Teen Titans, but finally getting Legion of Superheroes and also getting the Doom Patrol. It's going to be fun. So excited for September. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Let me know if you have any questions, I guess, about like Batman, Bad Seeds, and the Superman event. I'm actually curious to know if you guys might know if like some of them are essential readings or not, or if all of them are considered like part of the event. Because I really do not want to pick up that Harley Quinn book. So we'll see what happens. But thanks everyone for watching. It's been fun. I'll catch you all in the next solicitation video. Peace.